Hello all, this is Zimdala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're gonna be continuing where we left off. We were just exploring the Dragon Palace's secrets, you know? And I picked the wrong character for that, so we're just gonna head back in. There we go. That's a little better. Alright. Pop that out. How we doing? Still 73%. So that didn't go up. That's okay. You're doing just fine. Actually, at this rate, everyone's going to have max fire resist and whatnot anyway, so we can probably stop for a while once we actually get max paralyze resist. Because I don't see a reason why everyone couldn't have a copy of those rings. This should still be mostly cleaned up. So, we shouldn't have to fight everything to get there. We can still choose to fight a few things, though. Like, I'll happily fight all of these warriors because they have a chance to drop weapons. And those are always worth a good amount of money. I'm getting some weird lag spikes, which I don't love the look at, but I don't think it's gonna crash or anything. Alright, now we can switch back to Dragon Slayer. Yeah, there was a way down near the entrance that I had noticed, but we'll check that one out later. Let's come hope that this has respawned. There's a chance that it did. Maybe.
Cool.
Some of this looks like it's respawned. We actually just decimated him. Neato. Okay, well, we're gonna put this one on too. So now we have max resist all the time, not just when we have that on. Also, that will also counteract the negatives of our Amulet of Deceit. Although technically, if we put on 2 of the other one, we might not even need the Amulet of Deceit, so... Yeah, we're probably gonna have to fight this one, because it's in the way. We found that secret door on the right. More of them. Yep. I actually thought it was the same group, but it doesn't seem like it. The interesting thing is that as we level up sorcerers, that it should do more and more damage to them, so eventually they'll die quicker. That is the dream. Oh, it's these. Oh, are you actually quickworms? We've never fought quickworms. What you got going on? Are you just similar to Death Adders, but less deadly? And they're behaving exactly like Death Adders. Well, they're not doing as much damage as Death Adders. Alright. Well, that's interesting. More. Looking like it. So it's looking like Asmanian dragons are actually snakes, not dragons, because they're being identified as this. I mean, if we're not fighting dragons, we could probably switch back to the other weapon. I mean, it also works okay against dragons too. It's just the other one has a leg up. Dragonflies, not a threat. Dire rats. Oh no, you actually giant something else. I'm actually not sure what they are. Huh. Nope, nothing secret that I can tell. This is very close to that other pit. this took us pretty deep pretty quickly. We'll have to see how this ties into things. Big old tunnel. Kind of interesting if it tied into that other area we got stuck. Yeah, it looks like it actually might. So now we have a way out of that area if we get in there that doesn't lead into that death zone. That's good to know. We'll see what's going on. What are you? They're probably going to be dead before we properly identify them. Okay, green Caimans. More of these quick worms. Well, it goes down. It goes down here too. Where are we? What do we find? Fire cactuses. Oh, this leads into that little area, huh? I don't know if that's where we want to go right now. But you, what do you got going on? What are you? More fire cactuses. Well, this is getting us into the extended area out here and not through the lava zone, which I don't want to go through the lava zone if I don't have to. So this is kind of welcome. I don't suspect that this is where our next thing to do is, but it is something we're going to want to explore anyway. What are we fighting? Okay, ghouls. not beheading us, which is all I care about. Alright, so I'm gonna try to step on all of these squares. Bear with me. I'll listen for it to say I find something or not. Ah, did you just randomly destroy one? That sucks. I may have overcommitted, but you know, we're gonna be fine. I can resurrect people. We did lose a piece of equipment, so I may end up going back a little earlier than normal. It's a bit unfortunate. Alright, what's going on over here? This is a front door. The other one might have been a back door too, so that's something to keep in mind. Hope I'm on land. It looks like I'm on land. That's all I care about. I'm hoping that that leads out to over here so that we have another way to get down here that's not through that death zone. I really am hoping that. Yep, looks like it might be. Nice. Okay. think they said something about going west at that pink crystal. Oh, it's these guys. Oh man, we overcommitted. But, you know, we aren't all dead. We'll have our own laughs. We gotta watch out for these guys. Oh, we can go up here, actually. Huh. Wonder where this is. Huh. I'm seeing a lot of dragons. That's for free. Well, the ones up north are gonna do some... if we're gonna be fighting mostly dragons again, I guess we'll switch. Unfortunate.
Whoa!
That was a moderately dangerous fate spell. Hmm. No, that might also be another room over there.
Whoa!
Actually, maybe the crystals are pretty much all rooms. That could be interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. So now we have the ultimate way to get into there easily. Are you more of those? These are death adders. Maybe. Maybe they're not. They're doing more damage than I expected. Huh. I guess they're not death adders. They just kind of look like them. Hmm. Huh, we didn't have a way of actually hurting that, huh? Another crystal over here, some more dragons. No more shadow hobs. I might want to look into if I can switch over some of my spells to being cast by the sorcerer now that the level's higher. Because, like, she casts them cheaper, so... While I've had the explorer doing it, because they're more effective at it, if I can get them done cheaper, that would be more preferable. Alright, you need to cast that. There are dragons in here, which is a little unfortunate. But they're not in the edge squares, so I guess I don't actually have to fight them if I don't want to, maybe. Interesting. There's a lot of squares to step on. I feel like maybe they just kind of got lazy with this area. It's just really big and open. I just have to make sure not to overcommit because those shadow hobs are no joke and don't want to get ambushed by those. I do see a few more crystals, which so far has meant that there's a little thing above them, so. Dragons. So I do like that we found more than one way to get to that area.
Whoa!
There's a lot of dragons in this room. Still have the Dragon Slayer on, I guess. They're hitting pretty hard. Yeah, it's quite a few groups. Don't love that for us. We're also certainly gonna be pinned with at least one character. Ouch.
Cool.
Yeah, didn't suspect that any of these would actually have much going on, but not ruling anything out. I'm just seeing if there is like a secret way out, because there are one-way doors in this game too.
Whoa!
Okay, so we've checked all those out. Well, so we now have multiple places we could explore, but I think we're going to go this way. Make sure that your breath it's not great.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
So I do need to put that back on, because that is what lets us take this teleporter out without everyone getting teleported to random places. Second, I thought we were actually fighting as minion dragons. Here we are. Would be convenient if they were right here. I can't read what they say. Yeah, we can't actually understand them, unfortunately. I think that's a problem. I think we do need to be able to understand them to know where to go. So we're gonna try to pin, and then we're going to go back to bed. I'm very close to pinning with several characters. Alright, we can switch back to this. And that'll have 2 of us pinned, that's good enough. Yep, we haven't expanded with it yet. I think I've heard that you do eventually start getting expansions to it. So I'm hoping we're getting close. Good morning. What's up? No, it's Death Adders. That's annoying. At least the paralysis wore off fast. I see. Well, I mean, give it a go. Well, we should be able to get back down there without too much trouble. Well, that's good. We may also be able to pick up another set of those, rings. I think things might have respawned there, too. I'm really glad we found those. They're really nice rings. Wrong one. It's going fine. We're just exploring. Not trying too hard to get it done at this point. We're just having a good time exploring. We did manage to find a couple of ways to get back super deep. That didn't involve a death corridor through lava, so that was nice. Found 2 different ways that take us there. One's through the Dragon Palace, and the other one's through the Lemurian water area. Oh, that sucks. Butts. It was not, but it's okay. I did wander out into an anti-magic square that I didn't really want to. But it's okay, we had just enough to recast. Yep, we still have 5% left to go until we max out Paralyze and Stone Resist. But we're getting there. So many dragons. Yeah, you don't need a doctor, right? What did someone do? Throw a bunch of apples at him? What are they, Lasai? Oh, you are underwater guards. Yeah, but you're not attacking us, so it doesn't matter. First we'll see the Empress. Nice. Yeah, got another one of these. Who grabbed it? Trixie? Should probably give it this way because that would actually benefit them more. Cool. You don't have to clear everything out. Let's see if the other side has respawned as well. A lot of dragons. Well, that was bad. Okay, we got out of it. Well, good luck on your adventures. So many fish. We may end up having to level up a warlock just to be able to understand these things. I do not speak very good Lasai. Hidden a bit of a lag spike, unfortunately, but it should fix itself. There we go.
Cool.
Alright, so we can give that over to here. Oh, right, we lost a piece of equipment. I actually had forgotten that. Okay, so I might actually make this a shorter trip then, and we'll explore this back room. You won't go super deep. Because we're not full on equipment. Forgot we had lost one of our bracers. The lava ate it. We also didn't find our way into that room over there, actually. I think there's a secret door, because if you look at it, there's like a mist-colored patch. Oh.
Looking up, you note the sign states reference section, authorized uses only. Removal of exhibits is punishable by death, by order of the chief Liborian Tiburon the Elder. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, I'd moved a square without realizing that it was gonna attack us. Yeah, see, this side doesn't have that. So it could be that we get there from below in that little section that we just unlocked, and then we move up through a fake floor. Cleric and Warlock mind spells. Familiar rune is shown here. Sleep is one of the earliest spells a novice learns. When cast, the spell attempts to take over the mind and puts the designated target to sleep, so they may be killed without a struggle. The displacement spell according to the rune. The text states displacement is a useful spell for teleporting in the dungeon at your current level. Be warned that if a caster displaces beyond the bounds of the dungeon or into rock, the caster and party will die. It is best to always orient yourself northward before casting. Please note that the Magi Guild does not teach any of the teleporting spells, so this is just going to be very interesting. There's just going to be a general, like, knowledge on spells. And here, blinding darkness. When invoked, the spell creates a mentally projected and amplified light so bright that many are instantly killed. Securely chained, a really old volume of the Codex of Foreknowledge is here. Stumped by the rune, you react to you read the text. A much improved version of Detect Rock map area will fully determine what lies in the surrounding area. The spell will detect water, pits, teleporters, etc., as well as areas of solid rock. It will not detect if there are important items, notices, or even provide any hints regarding any denizens within the region. This is very interesting to me. Ah, very familiar rune. This is Ethereal Portal, which, when cast carefully, will allow the character and all members of their party to move through the solid wall in front of the caster and reappear on the other end. If the squares behind the wall is rock, all members of the party will die. They definitely will. Instantly, recognizable by the rune. This is the commonest of the general heal spells. Minor heal is useful for moving small wounds only, so it will not help with any other type of injury. Note that Magi, Paladins, and Velen guild members are only taught the 5 basic heal spells. The book illustrates another familiar rune. Given the number of reptiles found in the depths, Cure Poison is an essential basic spell, very useful for any adventurer. The spell will remove any form of poison that may have been inflicted on a victim. Cleric, Magi, Paladin, and Villain. Very interesting. The rune is clear. The text describes levitation. There is a note. This spell will cause the recipient to hover, avoiding loss or damage from most pits and hazards, such as quicksand and lava. Note it requires stable ground below, as the magic is based on the distance to a solid floor. Levitation will protect the beneficiary from taking damage while falling down a chute or off a ledge, but they will still fall. You recognizing the rune as representing the most basic of the element spell class. Poison is introduced into the system of the caster's target. It is a fast-acting toxin which causes paralysis of the respiratory system, asphyxiating even the strongest of cleric creatures in time. Curiously, it is also taught by the Cleric Guild. Sorcerer and Villain West. Cleric, Paladin, and Warlock East. You recognize the rune for Banished Devil, one of the two similar common spells available to Cleric, Paladin, and Warlock guilds. This ancient spell invokes the Fury of Hell to yank the specified target back to the plane from whence they came. The text is indecipherable to your eyes, but you recognize the rune for the spell Detect Rock. A footnote in the common tongue states, this spell allows the caster to detect whether rock exists on the other side of a wall. Very useful for mapping and finding secret rooms. Essential if you are unsure of what is ahead and you are thinking of casting any form of displacement spell. Yup. That's certainly true. Before we get too ahead of ourselves, we're going to actually go back to town and get re-equipped. Oh, we're going to have to fight our way through this. That's okay. Actually, we didn't have to go this way, did we? It also stopped responding a second ago. We'll finish it though. You can try to sell that. It respawned as it got picked up. Oh, baby. Overcommitted. Yeah, it refilled in behind us. I kind of wish I had noticed that room before, because that's a cool room. Yeah, we're gonna go through there and read all of the flavor text on the spells. That's for sure. So I think it's gonna cover every spell in the game, and maybe that secret is gonna give us some spells. Because that room looks like it has more spells in it, you know? Yeah, I might not have cast that on them. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, it helps if everyone can fly if you're gonna do that. Oopsie doodle. Didn't cause a real problem though. Okay, well, you can still gain a few levels in everyone. It's definitely not wasted. So yeah, we need to get another one of those bracers. Okay. Another thing we could do is recheck this. So 233, yep, we can switch to this. And you were at 250. We're not quite there. So another thing we could look at is when our next dagger is, because we might poke up to get that before switching again. Light Slicer, you're at 568. Is that better than Master Blade? Gosh, probably, but maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna take a couple moments and then we are gonna continue on another deep dive in. Now I'm gonna put this in our pocket in case it becomes important later. But yeah, I'll see y'all in a few moments. Bye bye y'all.